5 things you must do to rebuild yourself after failure. 1. Accept reality. The first step in rebuilding yourself after failure is to accept reality without excuses. Too often, when people fail, they waste weeks or months blaming external factors, pretending it wasn't their fault, or numbing themselves with distractions. But denial only keeps you stuck in the same place. Instead, you need to look failure directly in the eye and say, "Yes, I failed. This is real, and it happened because of my actions or choices." This doesn't mean you hate yourself or wallow in guilt. It means you acknowledge the truth. By admitting failure, you take back your power. You're no longer lying to yourself or letting shame control your life. Acceptance is painful at first, but it's like ripping off a bandage. Once you stop fighting reality, you free up energy to actually do something about it. Think of it like standing on the battlefield after a defeat. If you refuse to admit you lost, you'll never regroup, never plan your next move. But if you admit defeat, you can start building a new strategy for victory. 2. Reflect without self-hate after acceptance. The second step is reflection. Failure is often the greatest teacher, but only if you allow yourself to learn. The danger here is falling into endless self-criticism, repeating in your head, "I'm useless. I'm not good enough. I always mess up." That mindset doesn't help. Instead, you need structured reflection. Ask yourself 3 questions. What went wrong? What did I do well, despite the failure? What can I change next time? By answering honestly, you start seeing patterns. Maybe you lacked preparation. Maybe you ignored advice. Or maybe you simply gave up too early. But you'll also find strengths perhaps. You worked harder than most. Or you took a bold risk. Reflection helps you transform mistakes into lessons, and lessons into tools for your next attempt. Write everything down in a journal, so it doesn't stay as vague thoughts. Seeing your lessons on paper makes them concrete, something you can act on. Failure is not final if it becomes feedback. 3. Rebuild daily discipline. Once you know what went wrong, it's time to rebuild yourself through discipline. After failure, your confidence is usually shattered. You doubt yourself, you hesitate, and you fear trying again. That's why discipline becomes your foundation. It gives you small victories that rebuild your self-belief. Start with simple daily habits. Wake up at a set time. Exercise for at least 20 minutes. Write down your goals and complete one meaningful task each day. These may seem small, but they create momentum. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you repair the trust you broke when you failed. Over weeks, this discipline compounds. You'll notice your energy returning, your focus sharpening, and your confidence growing. Discipline is proof that you can control your actions, even when emotions tell you to quit. Think of it like training your muscles after an injury. You don't lift heavy weights immediately. You start small, build strength slowly, and then come back stronger than before. 4. Surround yourself with the right people. Failure reveals who is truly on your side. Some people disappear when you fail. Others stick around but constantly remind you of your mistakes, making you feel smaller. To rebuild yourself, you must carefully choose your environment. Surround yourself with people who believe in growth, not perfection. These are the ones who push you forward, not drag you down. Maybe it's a mentor who has gone through failure themselves. Maybe it's a friend who refuses to let you give up. Or maybe it's a community of like-minded people pursuing their own dreams. Environment matters more than you think. Your energy, motivation, and mindset are shaped by the people you interact with daily. If your circle is toxic, you'll stay stuck in negativity. If your circle is strong, you'll rise even when you feel weak. Don't be afraid to walk away from relationships that keep you tied to your past failures. Protect your mind, because rebuilding yourself requires positive fuel. 5. Create a new vision. The final step is creating a new vision for your life. Many people fail and then try to return to the exact same goal with the exact same strategy. That's a mistake. You're not the same person anymore. failure has changed you. It has taught you, humbled you, and given you new perspective. So, take time to redefine your vision. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want now? What goals truly matter to me? Write them down clearly, but this time, align them with the lessons you've learned. Maybe your new vision involves a different career, a healthier lifestyle, or a stronger sense of balance between work and personal life. A vision gives you direction. It's the light that pulls you out of darkness. Without it, you'll wander and repeat the same mistakes. With it, every action has meaning. Remember, failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter. But you have to write it with purpose. Final word: failure is not the end, it's an invitation to reinvent yourself. When you dare to accept the reality, reflect on the lessons, build new discipline, surround yourself with the right people, and create a fresh vision, you'll discover a version of yourself that is stronger and wiser. Every setback is simply training for the next level of your life. What matters is not how many times you fall, but whether you have the courage to rise one more time.